Hello, my friends! What's the best Roblox car game? Well, that's a question that might have a different answer for each of you. We live in the age of iRacing, but also of steal a brain root. So, yeah, I know, that might sound unrelated, but trust me, you'll want to hear this, because it'll give you something to think about and some good arguments for your friends. I won't talk much about iRacing, since we all know it's probably the most realistic racing simulator out there. And yes, you need to pay a subscription to play it. But Steal a Brain Rut is an interesting case. It was born from the Italian brain rot trend, which itself revived a kind of ironic reflection on the intellectual decline of the 1950s. Now, in 2025, it's back, using these strange little puppets as a form of criticism of today's absurd reality. The social decay driven by the misuse of digital media, social networks, and AI. It focuses on short-form content, doom scrolling, and media misinformation. And yes, ironically, it turned into a game made for kids. Just like in real life, games can also manipulate you. They can make you lose your sense of reflection, or even your time. Modern game design often uses psychological studies to build addictive reward loops, giving you quick wins that keep you playing without a real goal. That's why deciding which is the best car game in Roblox doesn't just depend on personal taste, but also on how fair and honest the game system is with the player. When I say system, I mean how the gameplay flow is structured. For example, you earn money, buy a car, race, earn more money, upgrade your car, win more races, and buy more cars. That's a basic, traditional system. It generates both satisfaction and frustration, which are good, but must be balanced, since the player invests time and sometimes money into the game. The real issue starts when a game subtly manipulates you, taking advantage of the lack of real regulation. That's when it stops being fair. And when you love a game, it's even harder to see that, because one of its effects is exactly that zombie state, playing without thinking. There's another factor too. Stagnation. Since most Roblox games are run like businesses, when they stop being profitable, investment stops too. No Roblox car game is truly complete. They all miss something beyond the basic cycle I mentioned earlier. That same cycle becomes repetitive, and players eventually get bored, asking for more activities. Missions, houses, roleplay, mechanics, shops, events, or new ways to earn and spend money. The most recent game I've played is Fix It Up. It became popular because it adds something new. Mechanics. You don't just recover cars from the junkyard. You repair them, sell them, swap engines, and even tune their performance by changing tires or rims. It feels close to realism. But after a while, I noticed something. The money you earn still ends up serving the same goal: to get rare cars, and those rare cars are locked behind loot boxes, like blind garage auctions. The issue, even though they list percentage odds, you never really know if they're true. And the chances of getting something good are extremely low. The other way to get those cars is through contracts, but their prices are so high, they become unrealistic. So, yeah, Fix It Up is creative and fun, but it eventually hits a wall, where progress depends on luck or unfair systems. That kills its purpose. I truly enjoyed it, until it lost all meaning. So, even though it's a good game, it wouldn't make my top 5. There are many others that do things better, each with its own limits. Some get stuck in roleplay, others lack activities or events. Some might say, I'm asking too much, but I don't think so. Card games today are either hyper-realistic and interactive, or open world. Anything that's not one or the other starts to fall behind. Wait. Oh my god. What did I do? Now we'll have to run. Anyway, in my opinion, and honestly, with mixed feelings, the closest thing to the best car game in Roblox is Driving Empire. Here's why. Summarized: many diverse events, real car brand licenses, making it a safer long-term investment. Early roleplay tools like houses, roles, props, and meetings. global match racing system, so you can race anyone at any time. And, of course, an open world map. Those are my reasons. But yes, Driving Empire still has a lot to improve. Bugs, lack of transparency, old problems ignored, and sometimes decisions that feel tyrannical. And its biggest flaw, right now, the loot boxers, which perfectly represent what's wrong with Roblox: negligence and manipulation. So, no, I wouldn't say Driving Empire is the best, but it's ahead of the others, not by much, though some games do better in specific areas. In my next video, we'll build the ultimate Roblox car game, combining the best parts of every game we know. Then you'll be able to compare and see what's missing. For now, I'll leave it here. See you next time, my friends!